Today we're going to talk about the power of cause and effect. It's amazing because I reflect back on the story of Joseph in the book of Genesis when Joseph interpreted Pharaoh's dream. You see, Pharaoh had a dream and he was looking for someone to interpret it. And all of a sudden, Joseph came to the rescue. You know, Joseph was recommended because of what Joseph was capable of doing. Joseph was recommended because Joseph interpreted someone's dream before. And as a result of him speaking wisdom into their lives, then he was referred to Pharaoh to interpret Pharaoh's dream. You see, so your thoughts, your opinions, the wisdom that flows out of you is going to literally make way for you. The wisdom that flows out of your life, the way how you carry your life, the way how you deal with people will literally open doors for you. The way how you go through situations or you go through circumstances and how you deal with circumstances, the tough times will literally open up avenues for you to walk through, cause Red Seas to open up so you could go through on dry land, will cause doors of opportunity to occur or to be created. Where there once was a wall, there will become a door for you to walk into a profound opportunity. And that's the beauty of wisdom flowing in your life. So today we're going to talk about the power of cause and effect. And the power of cause and effect is just every single thing we go through, every single thing that we do has a cause, has an effect. Every single action that we make has a responding action. Every single action has a reaction. And we always have to remember that. So every single thing that we say, whether we're around a lot of people or we're around very few people, have an reaction to it. There's an other side to the story. You'll find as I go through the day, I bob and weave through situations a lot. I excuse myself from things, and many people may not understand. But I trained myself to always think ahead. You know, Proverbs talks about a cautious person always being able to look ahead and see what's coming and be able to justify, do I want to deal with that when it comes, or do I just want to avoid it and deal with something else? I use up so much energy as I go through the day dealing with certain different circumstances and situations that I have to be very careful with what I pick and how I deal with things and the things that I step into. Because the things that I step into, I'll have to deal with the consequences tomorrow, or I have to deal with the consequences later. You see, there's a lot of things that people look at in terms of cause and effect. They look at things, you know, somebody may come and may hang a door for you, and you may wait till the last minute for them to hang the door. They're able to hang the door very quickly, but a lot of people don't realize people who do things at a fast rate or people who do things very efficiently, it doesn't mean that they just whip it and do it. If I help somebody with something, whether it is calculus or chemistry or whatever, and I help them and it looks effortless, and you're teaching them something that they should have learned for a year in one day, it's a very difficult task. And I'll explain, because the fundamental fact is it looks simple, but the person who's helping, their brains is moving at such a rate, they have to calculate the fact what the person doesn't know, how to impart the information that they need to impart to them, how to help them to understand, then dealing with the resistance that's coming from the other direction, because there are tons of information coming towards them. And a lot of times when people have a lot of information coming towards them, they react. A lot of times people don't understand that statement that says, help me help you. Help me help you. The best way somebody like me could help anybody is whenever you call me or you ask me to help, just simply say in your mind, I am in a dire spot right now. I'm going to do everything to help him help me. And you see, that's one of the things. So you see, every single thing. So when you neglect cleaning the house, when you neglect doing a task, when you neglect doing something, there's a consequential action that will come later on, and that action you will have to deal with. And that's the same way with what we say, with our actions, with what we do. I like the story of Joseph, and the reason why I like the story of Joseph, because it was so unique, because when Joseph interpreted Pharaoh's dream, it didn't only come with an interpretation for the dream. It didn't only come and point out what was going on or what is going to happen or what they're trying to do. It came and he pointed out not only the interpretation of the dream, but he had a solution. You see, that's where wisdom comes in. You see, in these dire times with all the pandemic and all what's going on, we don't only need to be echoing alarms, but we need to be people who listen, of people who could come up with solutions. All right, this is what's happening. What will we do? When your family asks you, what do we do? Do we need to get more land and plant more food? Do we need to get more animals? What do we need to do? You have to be able to see and see what you need to do and listen for wisdom. What you need to do in terms of your business is when people speak to you and ask you about their business, what do they need to do in terms of running their business? What do they need to do in terms of putting the necessary infrastructure in place? How do you help the people around you? How do you help the people you go to church with? How do you help the people in your family? How do you help the people in your community? It's very easy to complain. It's very easy to interpret a dream. The tough part is coming up with the solution. And you see that solution, coming up the solution, you see that solution couldn't come from a normal source or come from a natural source. You see, Joseph knew exactly where to turn to. And you see, in order to be plugged into your creator, in order to get divine revelation, your vertical relationship has to be intact. And your vertical relationship cannot be intact if your horizontal relationships are in chaos. So you see, you have to be plugged into the right source. It's not your cranial knowledge. It's not what you think you know, but you have to plug into the source, the ultimate source. And as you plug into the ultimate source, then your actions and your reactions will line up. Then you will not only point out situations, but you will bring wisdom. Wisdom will come to bear in every single circumstances. Wisdom will flow out of you when people are talking to you. Wisdom will flow out of you when the banker is talking to you. Wisdom will flow out of you when your family is talking to you. Wisdom will flow out of you when the people in the community are talking to you. Wisdom will flow out of you when the people who you're mentoring are talking to you. So we have to be able to understand the cause, and we have to understand the effect, and we have to come up with the juxtapose both of them and be able to come up with concrete solutions. The one who walks into a room with wisdom, the one who speaks forth wisdom, the one who gives forth advice that helps someone out of a ditch is the one who will be looked at more favorably. It's not just about a problem or pointing out a problem. I'm sure people see what's going on. There's a lot of people who see what's going on. I will be sitting down in a meeting or sitting down somewhere and somebody's complaining about what somebody else does. And I look at them and I ask, so what do we do? What is the solution? And a lot of times you'll see that blank stare on their faces because they were so important. It was more important to them to point out the problem than point out and bring up a solution. I was always taught growing up, don't ever complain about anything until you have a solution. You see, and the fact is, that's why I do so much of the different things that I do. I like walking into people's lives where there's a cause and there's an effect and come about solutions. Bring solutions to the table. Be a problem solver. Be the one who offers wisdom. Be the one who offers grace. Be the one who shines the light, a light of revelation, a light of insight, a light that will bring about the blessings of your Creator, a light that will cause your fields during famine to produce fruit, a light that will cause revelation to flow out like a mighty gushing river. You see, so I want to encourage each and every single person to go out there today and learn not only to be, a cause, but think about the effects of each thing that you're saying, each thing that you're doing, but most of all, cultivate that relationship with your Creator so that you could be the one that brings wisdom to the room. You could be the one that brings wisdom packed in a gift bag with a bow on it so that people could be able to walk in love. People could be able to see their Creator reflected in your life, reflected in your actions. So go out there today and have an awesome growth day. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button below. Hit the subscribe button below. And when you hit the subscribe button, don't forget to select the bell, because by selecting the bell, it gives you the unique opportunity for when I add a future video that you will be notified. God bless you and have a wonderful day, and go out there and pursue wisdom.